silver medalists. They go in 6th. Then we've got Canada, Slovakia, Lithuania. Don't discount the French, who will be the top of your pitch as well. They'll be looking to get away to a quick start. And this really is going to be an exciting and interesting race, and really the first World Cup we've had for over 2 years that includes such a wide spread of nations. So it's wonderful to see. Final few moments. They know they're about to start the race in the next minute or two, so just preparing, thinking about that first stroke, thinking about how they're going to manage that start, how they're going to work in unison. There we have the French in picture there. They are in lane 1. Berger, Beaumont, Koch, de Cochemont. Germany go in 2. There they are in picture, just behind the Australians. I hope that's not the case in the race, of course. Rentschmidt, Schopf, Liebscher and Lemke. Westhuizen brothers, Green and Collins, just at the bottom of your picture there, preparing themselves calmly for the start. They go in lane 3. There they are. Lane 4, next to them will be the Czechs. They've got home support. They train on here. They spent the winter in San Diego, as they normally do, but they know this water here well. Spisar, Slauth, Zavrel and Havel. Next to them, Ukrainian world champions. Entire Ukrainian squad, very supported by the canoeing community, of course, and they've been training in Romania, hosted just near Bucharest by the Romanian Canoe Federation. There's the Spanish, the Olympic silver medalists, Kravioto, Arevalo, Waltz and Ghermade. Canadians, Matviv, Poulin, Lavigne and McTavish. Distinctive red of Canada. Then we've got the experienced crew of Balads, Zalka, Misak and Dorna, the Slovakians. They go in lane 8. And next to them will be the Lithuanians, Maldonis, Navakauskas and Seya. So what's the last thought in your mind before you go into the starting boot?
As we all know, in this high-performance environment, it's process, execute process of training. So you would like to think that all these crews have executed the training. So it comes to this point right now, this first stroke becomes automatic, and post that goes almost into a blur.
Yeah, subconscious takes over. Okay, right, well, they're lining up. They'll wait for the starter. When you hear that set, watch the paddles, and we'll be off. Well, they're underway there. Fairly clean start. Difficult to tell over the first few strokes of who got away well, but certainly the Germans in lane 2. 2 from the top of your picture got away to the first few strokes well, as did the 200-meter specialists of the Lithuanians in lane 9. But now it's the transition. It's building into the middle of the race, and the Spanish look strong.
Yeah, Spanish have had a very strong start comparatively to what the Germans have had. Usually, maybe they might be missing out a little bit on Ronnie Ruhr, but we'll see what happens in that last 200 metres from the Germans.
Yeah, they can see the Germans in picture there. Max Rentschmidt, he is setting the pace. They're a little bit out of the race at the minute, physically over there in lane 2, but they've got to do their own race. They can see 3 lanes to their left. The Ukrainian world champions going really, really well in lane 5. We're past the middle split. We have Germany, Spain, Slovakia right up there. 200 metres to go, and it looks like in the driving seat at the moment are the Spanish.
Spanish and Ukraine. Don't discount what Ukraine has done. What they did in the semi-finals, very impressive in the back end. They do have a strong back end.
Yeah, that's really, really important. It's the strength, it's the unison. Look at that, perfect. It's like watching one paddler just working as a complete unit, the Spanish now, and they're actually putting the Ukrainians under pressure, but coming strong once again. You can see lane 9 there. That's the Lithuanians really pushing the Spaniards hard now. It looks like this is Spain's for the taking. It is indeed. What a result from them. Ukrainians, the world champions, in second place, and then possibly Lithuanians in third, but we'll have to wait for confirmation of that. A wonderful performance. They swap their Olympic silver medal for a World Cup gold.
Incredible. They're starting to make their mark. It looks like this crew has been they're staying together, sticking together. They're starting to get very much more confident. So with this, they're going to push through, and they're going to be very confident moving on to Worlds.
Yeah, they are indeed now. I don't know what you made of the start, David. I thought the Germans actually first couple of strokes did okay. Not a great start from the Australians there. That's something, again, they'll work on, I'm sure, because the first time they put themselves under this kind of pressure. But it's not really about the start, is it? As you've said rightly, that you can lose a race at the start, but you can't win it. And the boat speed, and for me, the togetherness, the harmony, the synchronicity was excellent from the Spanish and pitcher.
Oh, those guys, fantastic with their timing, basic stuff around the timer, particularly around their angles of their blades, purchasing on that water and leveraging past that paddle. When you watch the Spanish paddle, as you can see here, they hold really good angles together, so you know the peak force of the paddles are at the same time.
Yeah, we're getting into detail there, aren't we? And really interesting. Actually, it might look like the timing's not perfect, but if they're putting the effort in the right part of the stroke, that's what's so important. Look at there, absolutely delighted. And Ssaul Kravioto, who's won a few medals in his time in the front of that boat there, but still delighted with a win. They knew they were under pressure, and maybe the most disappointed will be the Germans.
Look, it's absolutely, they will be disappointed. The performance around what that is, 1.6 behind the winners there. Being Olympic champions, you could only give them a bit of breathing room to take a bit of a break, and you can't expect too much winning